Well, all right. Hello, friends. It's Ryder Cup week. Welcome to Double Cross. We're happy to be here. I'm Dan at 2 inches short from the internet. This is Dave, my co-host at Golf and Jokes, also from the internet. Guys, if you're following us on social, we appreciate it. If you're not, what the heck are you doing? Hit the follow button. Also, we're available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are sold. Please feel free to subscribe. We appreciate it. Also, the support has been fantastic. Keep bringing it to us as best you can. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Guys, like we were saying, I mean, I'm all jacked up for the Ryder Cup, Dave. I'm sorry. How are you? How are you,
good, man?
Dave?
Good. I'm excited. Ryder Cup week, always one of the best years or best weeks in golf. It's been a while, right? What, 3 years now since we had a last Ryder Cup? Yeah.
3 years playing the 2020 Ryder Cup in 2021, and everything's gonna say 2020. Just like,
I know, it's so weird. It's like the Euro Cup, everything 2020, but it's like, come on, what?
Do you think they just
why they did it? Because they had
they didn't want to pay
already
for rebranding everything.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's not like they don't have enough money.
Yeah. So anyways, dude, I'm
excited.
pumped for it.
Yeah. And we should say Dave is north of the border, Canada.
Yeah.
And
I'm European.
Really, does he have a rooting interest in the Ryder Cup? We should ask him. Dave, who do you root for this Ryder Cup?
I am European. I'm full Italian.
Boom.
But I always root for the US strictly because of Tiger. So even though he's not playing, whatever, the reason I play golf and I'm into golf is because of Tiger. So automatically I root for Team USA.
There you go. And can I also ask you a question? Because next year's President's Cup, we're Canada.
US.
Still going with it. Okay. All right.
Even if like when Tiger played Weir, I was hoping Tiger would smash him 9-8, doesn't matter.
Awesome, dude. Well, we're happy to have you. We'll take all the help we can get, because the Ryder Cup brings out a side of the United States that can get ugly at times.
Now, do I like USA's chances? No, but we'll see what happens.
Is that just like the easy thing to say because they always?
It is based on their past performances, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this year is going to go any different. I hope so, but
all right. Before we get into the Ryder Cup, let's just preface this with, we had a tournament this past week on the PGA Tour. Happy PGA Tour season, everybody. 21, 22? That's the season now. So It was the Fortnite Championship. Max Homa.
Yeah. Fortinet.
But
we'll just call it Fortnite.
Max Homa wins in Silverado. I think that was his third win.
I think. Yeah.
His third win. His second in California, I think, is where he's from, or something around there.
Yeah, he's from that area.
And is rocking a sweet stash. I mean, probably played one of the most legit back nines to chase down. Who was up there with him?
What's the kid's name?
Nobody remembers.
McNeely.
Matt McNeely, right. Who had a good showing, came back strong.
Completely blew it on 6-17.
Came back strong. Yeah, dude. Winning PGA Tour event is hard, and that he was in the mix. But you see now Max Homa win 3 times on the PGA Tour. That's no slouch, right?
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, he doesn't do well in the majors yet. I don't think he still needs to build that confidence, but which
wins help.
Yeah, but he's a good player. Clearly, if you don't win 3 times without being a great player, so
right, exactly. So Max Homa wins. Didn't go into a playoff. That was nice. But good first. Can keep 2 weeks off, and we're back playing PGA Tour golf, FedEx Cup. So Max Homa rises to the top of the FedEx Cup standings, if anyone gives a shit, which I don't think anybody does. But good for Max Homa. Well, let's just get right into this week because the PGA Tour is off. It's obviously Ryder Cup week. I mean, we're 5 minutes into this. Let's talk some Ryder Cup. I am super jacked up for it. I am very excited to see our boys at Whistling Straits. Dave,
where does Ryder Cup rank for you in terms of included with the majors? Like, is it fifth?
To me, team golf is separate from individual golf. So like majors are, that's it. But if I'm going to scale of going from Ryder Cup to President's Cup, I'll take a Ryder Cup over President's Cup literally every day of the week. But that's not to say that, I don't know why it's the United States first ever. We're starting to get a little bit more worldly with the game. As per Europe kicking the United States ass several, times in the last several years. I would say it's its own category, dude. I mean, would you feel the same way? I mean, Tiger winning a Ryder Cup versus Tiger winning the Masters.
For me, it's not even a discussion. Like majors are way ahead of Ryder Cup for me. You know what? But there are some
say anything's different or bad, right? Like it's still fun. It's a different experience.
Yeah, but I mean, there are some people that put Ryder Cup ahead of like even Masters. Some people do. And I'm like, are you fucking nuts? Like what kind of
people are players who
I saw a tweet. Someone posted a tweet is what do you look forward to more, Masters or Ryder Cup? And majority obviously said Masters, but some people said Ryder Cup. I'm like, are you stupid?
Well, people have their own opinions and no one's saying that anyone's right, but yes, we look forward to the Masters here on Double Cross, right? We do enjoy team golf. We're excited to see it on a golf course that is pretty much set up for the United States, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But let's first get into little players, little pairings, little how things are going. We are kind of heading towards into this week, and we're excited about the fact that we kind of might have an idea of what these pods might be, at least for the United States. Dave, have you had a chance to take a look at that? I mean, based on media schedules, practicing schedules, like nobody's going to be, you would assume nobody's going to be playing with players that they're not going to be playing with that week. So be that as it may, Dave, I'm trying to, let's take a look at these. So for the United States, Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Bryson, Scotty Scheffler. So right there, JT and Spieth are going to be paired together.
To me makes sense. Yep.
I mean, and I know we were going to try and pick these, but like it's, we kind of already have an idea of what's happening, because what's very interesting is what I'm about to say next was Bryson, Scotty Scheffler. Now,
I mean, it makes sense just because of the other pairings, but to me it seems weird. It just seems like a weird pairing.
Alternate
shot. But to
like
be honest, Scotty with anyone kind of feels a little weird to me. I don't know why. Maybe just because you haven't seen him haven't seen him in this environment, whatever. But I don't know. It was interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because is it freshman hazing with a rookie being paired with Bryson potentially?
And to be honest, it's not like Bryson has a good Ryder Cup record.
No. So, I mean, these are not the pairings, but like, just based on what we're seeing, and also practice rounds through the middle of this week already. Right. So, who knows, maybe tomorrow they just switch it up totally. Yeah.
Bryson and Brooks.
And then just so I don't know whether, well, Europe's got Rory, Victor Hovland, Westy, and Sergio up there in one. But are they doing do they even do a pod system, or are they just go out and play golf and don't have much drama?
I don't know. You don't really see much talked about them or what they're doing. All over social media is all US stuff, all US.
It's not just because we're like on Twitter in North America, right? Like that. I mean,
I don't know. I'm assuming so. I don't see anything with the Europe team.
Do you think that that's probably I'm just
Probably a
diagnosing
good
problems
thing.
there.
Probably a good
Probably
thing.
the reason why.
But also people just love making a story out of anything.
Well,
US, you know, writers and people who cover the sport.
It's a little bit like some reality show, right? Like there could be like some sort of like Hard Knocks Ryder Cup, which there should be.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Brilliant. Yeah. So anyone listening out there with the power to make that happen, let us know. We'll be involved. We're just mentioning who was in the media room during your obsession. What we are going to continue with is the United States. Something that we kind of had in mind was Xander Patrick Cantlay, and also DJ Colin Morikawa. So let's first get into Xander Patrick Cantlay. They've played together before in a President's Cup. Did they play the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, and they did great. I think they went undefeated
in Paris,
or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
they play together at what's that tournament team event? The Zurich.
Right. And you said I think they were like going out with each other, like their wives.
They're good friends. They were a couple last week or the week before. They were in somewhere like on a wine tour and stuff with their girlfriends or whatever.
Yeah.
So
and also Patrick Cantlay is reigning player of the year on the PGA Tour. Just came off the FedEx Cup. Xander, I love that team. Love that team. If that's going to be, that's
it is 100%. Lock that in. That's guaranteed. They're going to be going out, possibly going first out on Friday.
Yeah, I think that's one of our most solid teams, honestly. Yeah. Like it kind of reminds me of like 2014 Spieth Reed. Like that's, you know,
even Tiger and Stricker. They had that one year where they were pretty tough to beat. I think that was a President's Cup though, but still, it's a good team.
Team event. So and then we got DJ Colin Morikawa.
That's an interesting one. I like it though. I like it. You're you know, ball. DJ good off the tee,
hammers it,
puts in position. Morikawa with his irons.
Colin's the best iron player since we've seen Tiger, right? So like
the thing I don't like about them is their putting. They're both not great putters. You know,
right? So. Right. However, Colin is probably, you know, the best that we got of the young rising stars, and you put him with a veteran like DJ. Yeah. I think that it gives them both a chance to thrive.
There's potential for it to be a great pair.
And if they do get hot with their putter, like they're it's and then should say in that pod that was in the media was Ian Poulter, Shane Lowry, Tommy Fleetwood, and Bernd Weisberger. So we'll see how that goes, dude. I just keep looking at like Poulter's name and Sergio and Westy, and I'm like, how these guys are still on the team, and and Justin Rose isn't even like on the team, right? It's like it's crazy.
He's not on it, right? He's not on it.
No,
Rose?
No, he's not. No. But you know, and then so for the United States, the last pod that they sent or that have been practicing together is Brooksy, Tony, Berger, English.
That's a good pairing. I like that one.
You Brooks like Brooksy, Tony?
Yeah,
I think that's Brooksy, Tony.
Yeah,
I like Brooksy, Tony, and I like Berger, English. I feel like they could go out and win a point if they.
Yeah, I agree. I think so for sure. So
yeah. So I mean, obviously Brooks and Tony. I think Tony's going back to Tony's a solid choice. I think for either Bryson or Brooks.
Yeah,
because Tony's gonna.
He's calm.
Keep it real.
Quiet,
stay in his lane.
Yeah.
Like I think that'll be good. Did you? Speaking about Tony Finau, I saw a video posted. I forgot who posted it on social. I think it was on Twitter, and it was Bryson just ripping driving.
Yeah, I saw that.
and it's just like Tony Finau, just like you just see him like look up, and he's just like looking at him like he's like out
of. First of all, you see
like
Bryson,
he's clinically insane
when he's hitting the ball like that. The damage he's doing on the grass with his feet, his footwork.
I noticed that
because it just spins right out his feet,
just
right?
Right, he rips it, and he wears like he wears literally he brags about how large his spikes are, right? So like You know, that's just the type of guy he is. We're going to get into Bryson Brooksy in a little bit. We just wanted to discuss some pairings, potential pairings just based on, you know, what we've been seeing this week, and really don't have a problem with them. I didn't mention Paul Casey, Matt Fitzpatrick, Tyrrell Hatton, and John Rahm. John Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton, there's no way they're going to be paired together. Just they'd be the most lit group in all time. I mean, they would lose it if something went wrong.
I could see like a Rahm and Garcia. Spanish.
I like that.
You know, Spanish team. That could be a tough team to beat.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't put too much stock into the Europeans, but the United States, I mean, again, this is why we're talking about it. Like, the United States just does shit that like makes them talk about them, right? So it's but
to be honest, they don't really do anything. I mean, okay, it's like obviously you know, Brooks just goes up and talks to Bryson. It's his teammate, but people blow it up because of the whole.
We're gonna get into Brooksy Bryson in a little bit. I did want to ask you, Dave. I did want to ask you because we have mentioned on previous episodes like who were you thinking were going to be the six captains picks from Steve Stricker, and we kind of knew four of them. There was two of them that were in question. Now since we know the teams and we know everything, what is the one guy that got left off the team that you'd like to see on the team, and the one guy who you'd want to see not on the team that he would replace him?
I personally would have put either Kevin Na or Kisner
over. I feel like you're gonna say Scheffler. I feel like you're gonna say Scott Scheffler. That's what I feel like.
Probably Scheffler.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Because you said you got like an interesting feeling about him to begin with, right? So
probably over Scheffler. I mean, the other pick was Berger, and I think Berger deserves it. He played pretty solid majority of the season. He had a few wins, I think.
Super consistent.
So no, I'm okay with the Berger pick. It's a boring pick. Don't get me wrong, but I think he deserved to be on the team. If looking at the rankings, Horschel, even though I said he did not even deserve a call, whatever, the more I thought about it, I think he could have been a wild card pick. But I personally would have taken one of the Kevins.
So make a choice. Which Kevin are you putting on the team?
I would have put Kisner.
You would have put Kisner on the team.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
To me, Kisner is a better match player.
He did win a match play, right?
Yeah, and he's pretty solid in match play events. Yeah, so
they were recently, and then won a
tournament
recently.
Last year he won it.
Yeah, last year he won a match play.
Yeah.
This might be an unpopular take. I don't care. I'm still putting Patrick Reed on this team. To be totally honest, I know there's history and he comes with baggage, but I say we ban his wife from showing up, and we just bring him onto the team, and he just cuts all his bullshit. I think that it probably was a good choice not to put him on the team this year. I think
there's just way too much drama already with the whole.
Might give him something to think about and how he might want to change potentially. I don't know, for the better, for the future, you know.
Well, I mean, it's getting to the point where he will not be on another team unless he qualifies himself.
Right. I think that's a fair point, and I think I just said this recently. I really do think that that's going to be like the goal for him moving forward, because I think he realized he's not going to get a captain's pick. It's not like a shoe, and just because someone gave you the nickname Captain America, which
you did not live up to it at the President's Cup, so or was it the Ryder Cup? Sorry, so that's gone. That's gone. Your nickname is.
You gotta be able to step up. So maybe this puts things in perspective. Who I would take out, probably Scheffler in this situation. Not because he doesn't deserve it, just because, you know, we're putting someone who's been in 4 Ryder Cups over someone who's been in 1, right? 3,
yeah.
4?
Yeah.
4. 3. This would be his 4th. So that's kind of how I would what we'd say there. I'll tell you what, though. I don't know. There might come a day where he winds up getting like the USA just does like 12 captain's picks and it becomes like a made for TV event. And like, I don't know. I just don't understand why things are such a big deal. And then I don't understand why, Dave, like, I know we have our own opinions and stuff like that. It's like, we're going to watch them play golf. All they have to do is play golf. We make such a big deal about this. It's just hitting a fucking ball around into a hole. Like, that's all this is. Just win your point. Now, we have to talk about some folks on social media stating that they are rooting for Europe.
One person. No.
I know several.
Oh, you know several?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. We're not going to call them out by name or anything like that. But if you're from the United States and you're not rooting for Europe, I mean, if you're not rooting for the United States, you're rooting for Europe. What are you doing? Well, Dave is from Canada. Let him like, don't ask me. I'm gonna give you the business. I'm gonna say, we don't want you.
So I know you're referring to one of them, at least, as to Riggs foreplay. And I can understand his angle. He's obviously great friends with Kisner. He got drunk one night, went on Twitter and started saying Kisner needs to be on the team. The US just, whatever they're doing is not working. And he's right. And they need to switch it up. And he kind of just, got into some Twitter exchanges with other people. And he kind of backed himself into a corner. And he's like, you know what? If they don't pick Kisner, I'm going to root for Europe. And obviously they didn't pick Kisner. So now he's stuck on his word. So he has no choice but to root for Europe. And plus it gets clicks and gets people talking, which we are now. So I totally understand it, And if Europe wins, he's going to look, say Europe wins by like a landslide. He's going to look pretty smart saying whatever US is doing, they need to switch it up. And the picks, let's be honest, the picks were pretty boring. They weren't really out of the norm. They kind of just took the next two down. So we'll see what happens. But I understand his position.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand. But I'll tell you what, man.
Obviously, deep down, he's rooting for the States.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if you truly believe that, get the hell out of here. But at the same time, if you're just saying it because, you're kind of stuck with it or that's the cool thing to do, I don't think it's that cool, but people are definitely interested to hear a different side of things, a different opinion.
Well,
I don't see a lot of European. I know, Dave, you're from Canada, but I also know that you're Italian, and I also understand that you'd have some allegiance to Europe, right? But you're like, do you think that there's? Do you think Europeans root for the United States?
No. No. I
not a chance.
I don't think there's any other European that roots for the States.
No. And I had another question. So
unless they're maybe living in the US now and they just kind of consider, you know what I mean? But
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think there's because why you have something great over there. So what I need to so basically my thought was how lucky are we that based on fans and rooting for Europeans rooting for Americans, that's obviously not happening, that really there's really not many European fans that are going to be in attendance at the Ryder Cup this year, right? So, or hardly any, right? So, I'm curious to see what the breakdown is. Do you think Bryson is fortunate that we're not playing it in Europe?
Oh, or big time.
You do think so?
Yeah.
See, like I don't think I think they wouldn't go Brooksy. I don't think they would go Brooksy.
I think they would.
Talking to him. You think they would? I think they would be more creative and come up with a song or do something.
Yeah, but I'm sure he would hear his fair share of Brooksy.
He would hear the end of it
or whatever.
So what's gonna happen with Bryson, or he changes his image in 2 years when he eventually has to go to? I think isn't it Monaco, like the next Ryder Cup?
Italy.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, not Italy.
No, Italy. Where in Italy?
I don't know. The European tour played at the course, I don't know, like a month ago, and apparently it got pretty bad reviews.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the players just said, it's kind of boring. It's whatever.
Well,
so,
but it's going to be in Italy. That'd be fun to go to. If we're ever allowed in Europe ever again.
To be honest, if I obviously ever went to a Ryder Cup, it would have to be in the US.
Yeah. So I got you. So like, I mean, yeah, Bryson is super lucky that we're not playing in Europe, but at the same time, dude,
I think it's in Rome. It's at Marco Simone Golf and Country Club in Rome.
Rome, Italy. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. That's gonna be great. I just think that the Europeans would have a little bit more class than what we have a tendency to do over here sometimes. I don't know.
Maybe.
You definitely wouldn't hear the end of it. Anyways, it was just a thought that I had that, being on home soil, but we should, kind of have to talk about being on home soil, how the course is set up this week, which we set it like, if you miss a drive by a lot, you're pretty much fucked. But the rough, it's like the first
the rough is very low, what I'm seeing, but I saw someone tweet that if you do, miss by a bit, you're going to be penalized.
Yeah.
So.
Right. But no rough is a major advantage to the United States.
Yeah.
I understand there's like a gazillion bunkers there, and they're not even bunkers. And I understand that like there's tons of native area and native grass. I get it. But like when you're just missing fairways by like, 5-10 yards, I think there's enough room there for like Bryson to hit it. I saw a picture of Bryson today. I think the first hole's or one of the holes is like 346, and he was like by the fucking green, man.
Oh yeah.
So like, Jordan and JT are in the back. So yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to set up the course for the United States. I mean, that's what
as they should. That's home field. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, it's going to be a great test. Whistling Straits is where DJ had his infamous
bunker
grounding the club in a waste bunker. Yeah.
Waste bunker. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even a waste bunker. It was an actual they classified as a bunker. That was the penalty. Yeah, dude. Wow. Glad he's only won one major since then. Only two?
He's won two. He's won a US Open and then he won the Masters.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. The 2020 Masters. Oh my gosh. How did I forget that? See, shit.
Because it was the winter. April. It was the winter Masters or fall Masters.
So DJ has two. So he's eligible for a thing. Screw that point I just said. DJ's a fucking man. So let's now. I guess, Dave. What do you want to get into next? We have a bunch of Ryder Cup stuff we want to get into past the course. We want to get into. Let's talk about match play. Let's talk about match play.
Let's talk about the format. Like, alternate shot versus best ball, obviously versus singles. Like which format do you think favors the US?
I think singles favors the US the most.
Well, yeah. Besides singles, I lean best ball strictly, because of the bombers they have.
Yeah. And I just think alternate shot, I think that there's just so much shit that goes on in between it. And it's just like, all you got to do is just don't apologize for what you did. Just keep going, and I agree with you.
I think alternate shot usually always favors the America or Europe. You know, majority of the time they do beat us in that format. So we'll see what happens, but typically that favors them. So I mean, and that's what's the Friday morning? Is it alternate or does it start with best ball?
I don't know if that's been announced yet, to be honest. I think like
usually I think it's alternate.
No, the captain of the home team.
Oh, they do?
Picks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what
I'm pretty sure if that's the case, then I'm pretty sure they'll start with best ball, because I mean, you don't want to get off to a terrible start again. And
well, that was something I wanted to bring up, Dave, is having the lead after day one. That seems to be like
pretty much whoever has it typically goes on to usually win, right? Because
that's kind of what I'm saying.
Because what I've been seeing is it's typically not that close. Like usually one side is up by like 2 points or so after round one. So yeah, I think getting round one either, you know, up or tied or down like a half or 1 point at worst is key.
After the first 2 sessions, for sure. Yeah, because I mean it could be lost there, to be honest. You know, and a lot of that, which is also good that the United States is so young. You know, they don't have all that bullshit scar tissue that, you know, hopefully, you know, we can kind of change the fortune of things. I just think alternate shot, it just is so bad for the United States sometimes, just because it's like people put so much emphasis on themselves, so that like, you know, and how they're playing. And it's like, and then they don't really know how to react to something else, and, you know, or someone else. And I feel like that sense of sort of like apologetic tone, like just, or like, you know, just like, I just wish the United States could just play cohesively and not have any bullshit this week. Like that's like my like one dream, is to like not go to Ryder Cup and feel ashamed of what goes on at the Ryder Cup when we're I know we're a niche community. It's golf. It's not like the Masters where way more people are watching, right? Like I think so. But I just want us to put up a fight, man. Just go out and win your point. Put the bullshit aside.
I just hope, in an ideal world, I would love.
It's like our one hope, you know.
I would love it to get to Sunday tied or super close, like at most 1 or 2 points, you know, either side. Because I hate when one side is up by like 4 or 5 points, and like it's pretty much you're done. There's no way you're gonna win all these single matches.
Who was it that had the was it Ben Crenshaw who had the with the point? You know, is like I got a feeling during the Ryder Cup back when he was captain. I forgot when
was it 99? Was it Crenshaw
or
Sutton? Yeah, it's Crenshaw.
No, it was Crenshaw. I think it was 99.
That was at
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And
Justin Leonard with the famous
the putt, which that again, that putt right there, like the United States is going absolutely nuts. And like, who had a putt? Was it Seve or Jose Maria Althable? I forgot who it was who had like a putt to like at least tie the hole or at least, you know, to tie the hole. And the United States is like jumping in their line. And it's just like, you know, it's just one of those things where it's.
Can you believe that was the only Ryder Cup Tiger ever won?
Yes.
He's 1-7 in Ryder Cups. Crazy.
He's 1-7 Ryder Cups in the United States, is 7 in their last 9. So one of those, and 2016.
No, when's the last time US won?
2014? I don't fucking remember, dude.
Oh, and I guess he didn't play, right? Because he was injured, probably.
Yeah. So
at that time,
dude,
right?
Honestly, man, I said this the other day. you know, like we talk about the Europe, we talk about Europe just like kicking our ass, right? But like there were so many years before this current era that like Europe had no chance at winning the Ryder Cup. And like the United States had like a crazy lead in the actual Ryder Cup and the existence of it. And, you know, we think about like so recently, like what's going on, like what have you done for me lately sort of thing, where it's like, you know, it's good for Europe to win a bunch of Ryder Cups. It's just bad when the United States overreacts like over nothing. Like it's not that big. Like it is a big deal, but like the more emphasis you put on not the golf, the more emphasis the golf suffers. Would you agree with that? I just kind of came up with that on the spot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree. You know.
Yeah. I just like now let's now as we talk about that, we have to talk about Brooks and Bryson. And what we've seen over the last couple of days, Bryson is hitting ridiculous drives at the range with his giant metal spikes and ripping up the grass, which is fine to an extent. but like when you're like being looked at by like your teammates as being like, what are you doing? Because you're training for a world-long drive. Literally, he's saying that, like, right? He's like, well, you know, it's a balancing act. It's like, dude, it's not a balancing act. You're a pro golfer. You're not a world-long drive champ. Like,
it's literally 3 days of your time to play for your country.
Yes. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about was Brooks and Bryson having to be in the same place at the same time at the same meetings. We saw a video, which the United States is, or Ryder Cup, whatever account is posting, like some dramatic video of Brooks going over to Bryson, like saying something to him, which you had your own take on it. I saw on Instagram. Like, this isn't over. Because Bryson said he wanted to squash the beef. Squash the beef? Do you see that happening?
Yes and no. I mean, I think a lot of people are tired of it, to be honest. So I feel like it is going to go away. Whether Brooks actually squashes it and they talk and whatever, I don't think so. I think Brooks is always going to be like, fuck that guy, but he'll just pretend to whatever. And yeah, these videos that the Ryder Cup is posting, you know, with them chatting it up on the range, it just seems so forced. Like, I feel like Stricker's like, hey guys, go out there today, show like you guys are buddies and whatever, and it just looks super fake.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful to see. Like it reminded me a lot of when Bryson walked by him on the car path and Brooks rolled his eyes. Like that's what it reminded me a lot of. It was like Brooks was forced to do something, and good for him for doing it. Mm-hmm. They said that I have some surprise, which we're gonna see what that is. I don't know. Hopefully it's a Tiger appearance and he's giving the team a pep talk. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, dude, Bryson and Brooks and the manufactured drama from the United States is so frustrating. It's so frustrating as a golf fan because like all you want to do is see like the best players in the world play their best golf, as opposed to thinking like they're responsible for, like, they're fucking playing golf. It doesn't fucking matter. Like you just had a kid not too long ago. That matters. You know, like just go out there and play and do something for the greater good, the good of the country. And I feel like, you know, we got a good captain in his home state. And of course that definitely sets up for the United States. It's just a matter of just playing.
Plus on paper, US has like pretty much all the top ranked players on the team. So on paper, yeah, there should be big favorites. So I mean, yeah, everything is pointing to US winning. Will that happen?
Day one, man. Day one.
I have a feeling.
I'm glad you're on board. I'm glad you're on board with that take because, like,
I have a feeling
really
after day one, you'll know very quickly how this thing's gonna go.
Do you remember that?
That's what I think.
Do you remember the press conference with Tom Watson and Phil?
Oh yeah, that was a disaster.
Oh my God, dude! Like, I don't understand.
Phil has said that's one of his biggest regrets in life.
Because it matters. Because you're not cracking open a $400 bottle of Chianti. Like, you're playing for your country. You set an example. And and I got a feeling
whether he was right or wrong, which in my opinion, he did have a point. Just got to.
He had a point, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, why does Brooks keep talking? It's like Phil does the same shit, right? And Phil actually was playing in Napa, by the way. I don't know whether you caught any of it.
He was doing okay.
Yeah, dude, he is 51 years old.
Saw him hit driver from the trees.
Oh my God, yeah, dude. Thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah. Driver from the trees, because he cracked his 2-wood earlier on. So driver from the trees, threads it through, makes birdie. Did you see his face when he made birdie? It was like, fuck yeah, like that is how it's done. And
vintage
Phil. Yeah, man, we build up the Ryder Cup so much, and I get so excited about it. And all I want to do is win this thing, and like, I really do care about it. It's just like, we got to try and do something as a team. That's kind of like what seems impossible for us to do recently as a society. And that's just like, come together. Don't blame anyone. Win your fucking point. Just win your point. That's all the Ryder Cup comes down to.
Yep.
And you know what? I think you made a great point, Dave, about how we don't hear any stories about Europe. There's nothing.
You don't. Now,
maybe that's like the lesson. That's the lesson here.
Yeah. Now, I mean, who knows? Maybe there are stuff going on, and people just don't think they're interested enough to make a story about it or tweet about it or whatever. But the point is, you just don't hear anything.
You see, like, Frankie Molinari and Tommy Fleetwood in bed together, for whatever it was, what was a Hollywood Frankie Wood? I think that's what it was. Yeah. Just things like that, man. Like, I just want to see us just represent.
Can you imagine Brooks and Bryson do something after US wins? They do like that, recreate that scene.
So it's a great point, Dave. It's a great opportunity for them to kind of put this shit behind them, because I did want to ask you, and I forgot. That would be
incredible if they.
I wanted to ask you this, Dave. Who won the PIP? Who won the Player Impact Program? I mean, we heard Rookie of the Year, we heard Player of the Year. It's
over. That's right. Yeah, and you won't hear it. They said they
won't hear who won it.
You clearly know who won.
Who won?
It's got to be those two guys.
It's got to be, one of them is going to be the winner. Who won?
Well, there's 8 guys, right?
Right. So it's like the FedEx Cup. There's a first, second, third, fourth. So who do you think won?
I personally think it's Bryson.
You think it's Bryson? Yeah, dude. Bryson posting his
I feel he
Psychoville reels and TikToks of him just hitting balls at 210 miles per hour. Meanwhile, I'm seeing World Long Drive past champions who hit it 214 ball speed, which is 10 more miles per hour than what I last.
Well, what's the ball speed that Bryson has?
I think he was at 205. I think.
So Kyle Berkshire, who is going to win again, is at 227
ball speed.
Yeah,
that's fucking bananas.
Yeah,
that is what a World Long Drive. And dude, if it's if Bryson starts fucking up his driver during this Ryder Cup, he will never get
killed. Yeah, he's gonna get killed for it. So
right, I didn't even think about that until just now. I mean,
yeah. Or if he, I don't know, his hands are all like beat up or something, and he's like taping them all up. And
how sustainable is that golf swing?
Bryson's odd. I don't think sustainable at all. I just picture back, like if he doesn't have back problems in his like late 30s or whatever, then I don't know what.
How old is he now? 26, 27?
Late 20s, maybe
28.
Yeah, something like that, probably.
I said a lot of ages at once. I have no idea what it is.
I mean, he has to get some back issues eventually. I don't know.
I mean, I understand he's doing you can't. It's also, dude, like, golf is his life. This is his entire life. Like, does he have a girlfriend?
I don't know if he still does. He did. I don't know if he still does.
Right. So like we don't know, right? So like there's not,
I doubt it. I mean, you'll see at the picture, right? Don't they usually have the wives and player picture?
Yes. I think I made a joke about that once, that like his girlfriend at the time wasn't there, and I made some stupid joke about how, like, of course Bryson doesn't have a girlfriend. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if she's there.
I doubt it. I don't think he still does.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to the, like, do you like the whole, like, the Ryder Cup Gala? Do you like I like the whole atmosphere.
Yeah. It's I like it. It's a cool event to,
I like the golf more though, Dave.
Obviously. But yeah, I think it's cool. They make it, like a gala, basically.
Should tell the people that the Ryder Cup is on Golf Channel and NBC Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think.
What time does it start?
Friday.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, 8 a.m. Eastern.
Cool.
So yeah, we gotta make sure we if you're listening to this podcast, chances are you're watching the Ryder Cup. If not, what the hell are you doing? Make sure you're tuning in. I'm looking forward to it, Dave. I really am. I mean, part of me gets like super nervous during the Ryder Cup just because, like, I'm so afraid of what's going to happen with Team USA and like how they respond and act, and if they are able to just be capable, just do your job and get it done, as opposed to, feeling like we're watching an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something like that. So I just hope we have a week of competitive golf where, like, I still don't understand the tied versus the all square. I still say all square in my house.
Same. 100%.
Match play has its own special place in our hearts. So anyways, folks, it's the Ryder Cup. We are obviously very, very jacked up for it. Again, congratulations, Max Homa, for winning the first event of the year. The PGA Tour season has begun, so how about that? Again, we're focused on the Ryder Cup. We will be recapping it in detail, I'm sure, when the final putt is final match is hole, or whatever you want to say. Dave, I mean, do you have any final words for this fun little Ryder Cup preview?
No, looking forward to it. I'm excited for it to kick off on Friday, and we'll see how we do.
And congratulations for your Packers win, by the way. Failed to mention.
Oh yeah, it was much
Monday
needed.
Night win. Did you watch the Manning?
I did. Yeah,
oh,
it was
so
fantastic.
Good.
Yeah, and they have pretty good guests on too. They had Favre, they had McAfee.
Yeah, and those couple stories that McAfee told were awesome.
Well, so, I watch this show pretty much anytime I'm in the car. I listen to it if I'm on it. If I'm in the car at that time, it's a great show. So
yeah, I actually saw Aaron Rodgers started like his own book club on it now. By the way,
I saw something about that.
A couple of those books I've read before. They're pretty good.
Yeah, well, he was talking about it today. He's just because Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays is on McAfee, so he was.
And apparently, he doesn't know. He said it like on air. Like he's like, I have no idea what he's going to say. Literally, the only time we talk is during the podcast, or like during the recording.
Well, Aaron and the other guy on it, what's his name? The other former Packers player that's kind of like a co-host, AJ Hawk. Aaron and him are good friends.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't even realize
they text all the time. Yeah.
So his basically
he's I'm not gonna say co-host, but he's on a
recurring guest.
He's kind of on the show every day. AJ Hawk. So he's kind of like a co-host, but yeah, him and Rogers are very good friends, obviously former teammates.
And Pat McAfee's story is pretty interesting too. By the way,
yeah.
I do want to mention it just because I do remember him kicking a punt and it like going out like the 3, and he gave he gave a full golf celebration, like swung the club, watched it, twirled the club. Is all imaginary, right? And like, you know, so he kind of won me over there. I might have to check him out a little bit more, because then he was like with Barstool for a little bit, right? And then
he was, and then he did his own thing, which
interesting. Anyways, we don't want to get off on too much of a tangent, but so Dave, feeling good, glad to have you rooting for us. We appreciate it. Appreciate the support from the north. It's not that far north. You're really not too far away. So guys, we are I'm super fucking pumped for the Ryder Cup. I'm be jacked up. You can check us out on social media, obviously. I'm at 2 inches shorter than Dan. This is Dave at Golf and Jokes. Thanks again for listening. If you made it this far, hit the subscribe button, like it, review it, rate it, give us something positive, keep the train rolling. Dave, it's always a pleasure. Ryder Cup week, we'll recap it. Stay tuned for that. Folks, you've just been double crossed. We are out. Ryder Cup week, baby. Peace.